on talkSPORT 2.
High-intensity, expressive football.
He's fallen it high into the roof of the net.
Galatasaray versus Manchester United. Kick-off 5:45.
Wednesday night
on talkSPORT 2.
Night goals cometh.
It's a sensational goal.
No one else brings you more.
Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee, Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Andy's turned into Saggers.
I have.
So angry.
I'm very
so angry. Yes,
there's
nothing wrong with a bit of anger. I think you're right to be. I mean, I can only imagine what you would have been like if it had been Chelsea. Blimey. We'd have been burning effigies of Kalina and Ellery, wouldn't we? We do like the idea that Andy wants us to march on Glasgow. He's slightly lost the plot.
I haven't. It's a good idea.
Even this Newcastle fan said, a bit over the top. They might join us. We march from Newcastle to Glasgow. It's a hell of a march.
No, we do a show. We set up outside the meeting and on a desk, and we have our.
So we have a brazier.
Yeah,
do we? So
and we're broadcasting from there.
And we say to people, honk if you agree that VAR should go and the cars go, and we give the cars a wave. Okay, fair enough. We'll do that.
Works
anyway,
for me.
talkSPORT have teamed up with the Say It and Spray It podcast with host Justin Beattie and CEO of MurWalls, Marc Silver, talking to some star-studded guests about how street art has inspired them. Many of them have got fantastic murals of their own. Series 1 featured some big names such as Steven Gerrard, Jamie Carragher, and England's most capped rugby union player Ben Youngs. We spoke to many of them on the show throughout the series. Here is Ben talking about the guys talking about how players are treated for cauliflower ear.
Put a needle in and drain it out.
Right.
And then what they do is they put like blue tack in.
Right.
Like, compress it with blue tack so you don't want the blood to refill.
Yeah.
And then you strap your head up and you have to have it for a couple of days.
Wow.
But it's like a permanent headache because obviously swelling wants to come out of the ear and you're restricting it from coming. So it's an uncomfortable process. And then once that's happened, it then goes like rock hard. And as soon as it goes rock hard, you're fine.
Right.
It's good. Your ear's ruined, but it's rock hard. You don't feel it and it's fine.
Yeah, 2 words, Graham Roundtree.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Mark and Justin join us now. Good afternoon, guys.
Hi,
Hello.
Paul. Hi, Andy.
You've probably been living the dream as well. Obviously, you're sort of doing this fantastic street art, but you're also getting to meet many sort of great sports people.
Oh, absolutely living the dream. That's exactly what we're doing. To be able to create these artworks is fantastic, but then to actually meet these people and have full-on conversations, which then turn into a podcast, it's definitely living the dream.
I mean, so many of them have won so much in sport. But it's interesting, when we've spoken to them throughout this series, they're incredibly moved and proud of the fact that there is this kind of permanent site where people can go and sort of say, that they can go there with their family and people have taken the time and trouble to do that, and people can see these fantastic works of art.
Yeah, I think that's exactly why we managed to sort of build these relationships up with them, because we're creating something that they really do appreciate, not just for them, but for their family. And if it's in the world of sport, for their supporters as well.
You had Frankie Dettori on one of the shows, currently in the jungle. He's in the jungle, isn't he?
Didn't use a lot of paint for Frankie.
Yes, that's right. He didn't use a lot of paint for him. He's quite a small. Is that you saying he's quite a small man like yourself, Andy?
Exactly.
That's right. Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
No, I don't think it does.
But anyway, Frankie was telling the guys about the time when his famous flying dismount went wrong.
Usually I try to do it on grass because I bust my ankle twice. So if I do it, look, the adrenaline takes over, you do it. Yeah. But then the next day my ankle goes, it went wrong a couple of times. Once I fell backwards on my bum, and once, unfortunately, the horse moved, and as I'm about to land, it just nudged me and I knocked over Sheikh Mohammed. Oh. And it did not go down very well.
No.
When you've got a trademark thing, it's like old Prince Naz, remember, if the old we're getting in the ring, if that ever went wrong. It wasn't a good omen before a fight, was it? So Bobby Zamora featured on the series as well, former England West Ham striker. Let's hear from Bobby. He was recalling the role current Argentina World Cup winning boss Lionel Scaloni played in Steven Gerrard's late equaliser in the 2006 FA Cup final, which West Ham, of course, went on to lose.
You mentioned Lionel Scaloni. Lionel was an amazing, really, really good guy. Couldn't speak a word of English when he come, but just wanted to get involved with the lads. We took him on a few nights out in town. So, yeah, he was a great, great guy. And I remember the end of the game till, the last moment I saw him, he just cried his eyes out. Stevie G had so much to do, really. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
There's probably only one person. I was stood behind him as Stevie G lines it up. I'm like, no, don't. So yeah,
Scaloni's not crying anymore, right?
No. Do you know what I mean? He's completely forgotten about that. He's fully replaced with a World Cup.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to put it into perspective, I guess. So, but there's a Series 2, guys, just around the corner. You started working on that, I understand.
Yeah, it's been greenlit. So it's down to Mark now to make the connections with the people he's doing the artwork with, and then we'll get them on. Looking forward to it, big time.
I know Ledley King is confirmed, isn't he, for Series 2?
Yeah, so Ledley's going to be coming on. We've got Robbie Fowler already agreed to come on, and then obviously we've got loads more that we've painted people. But we've got so many more that we haven't yet painted that we've got planned for the new year. So once we start doing them, we'll know what other people are coming on. So some of the stories that we've been able to talk to with some of these guests throughout the whole season has been absolutely brilliant. You just touched on the Bobby Zamora one. There's a great backstory there because I'm a West Ham fan and I was in the crowd at that point, and I was there next to my friend who actually turned round and said, "We've won the FA Cup" when we were winning with the last seconds to go. Oh. So Bobby Zamora was very happy that I told him no matter what happened, it was my mate's fault and not his fault why he missed the penalty, and we ended up losing that final.
Maybe we'll ask the listeners about that for the next couple of hours. I spoke too soon. Andy, you must have done one of those. You must have done a vice. I know you're normally quite pessimistic. You've probably not done one of those where you think you were over the line. So, yeah, okay. We'll ask the listeners about that. But, guys, thanks very much. We look forward to Series 2. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Cheers. This host, Justin Beattie, the CEO of MurWalls, Marc Silver. Yes, all the episodes in Series 1 are available for you to download and listen to at your leisure from wherever you get your podcasts. And as we said, Series 2 has been commissioned just around the corner with lots more top guests. We'll be chatting to Tim Vicker a little bit later on, but Ricky Hatton is with us after the sports headlines at 2.